officer, believed to be with Wiltshire Police, is being treated at Salisbury District Hospital, a short distance from Amesbury, where Dawn Sturgess, 44, and her partner, Charlie Rowley, 45, fell ill last Saturday. They remain in a critical condition in hospital after exposure to Novichok by handling a contaminated item. Late on Sunday night, a hospital spokesman said the officer tested negative for Novichok. It is believed the officer initially attended Great Western Hospital in Swindon before being transferred to Salisbury. The force is dealing with the second major investigation involving the nerve agent this year, after the poisoning of Sergei and Yulia Skripal in March. A Salisbury District Hospital spokesperson said a police officer attended Great Western Hospital this evening for medical advice in connection with the ongoing incident in Amesbury. There is nothing to suggest there is any wider risk to anyone at the hospital. The individual is now being taken to Salisbury District Hospital, which has the ability to carry out the appropriate specialist tests. Salisbury District Hospital has seen a number of members of the public who have come to the hospital with health concerns since this incident started, and none have required any treatment. We would like to reiterate the advice from Public Health England that the risk to the wider public remains low. Local media reports said there were staff wearing hazardous waste suits coming out of the emergency department at Great Western Hospital after the officer was admitted. Forensic investigators are continuing to comb for clues in Wiltshire after the latest Novichok poisonings. Investigators wearing camouflage protective clothing entered the John Baker House assisted living accommodation in Salisbury, where mother of three Ms Sturgess lives, after they took a sample from the outside of the building on Friday. Other sites visited by the couple in the lead-up to their hospitalisation are also being looked at as detectives piece together a timeline of their movements. Officers have spoken to several key witnesses and are trawling through more than 1,300 hours of CCTV footage which has been collected so far. There was also a heavy operational presence at Mr Rowley's flat, where they were both taken ill. Just yesterday, Wiltshire Police said they couldn't rule out anyone else getting hurt. The Chief Constable of Kier, Pritchard, said he hopes we are not back in this position in 4 months' time. Officers were first called to the property on Muggleton Road, Amesbury, on Saturday morning when Ms Sturgess collapsed, and returned later that day when Mr Rowley started displaying symptoms. Police also warned people not to pick up unknown objects as they fear more people could be contaminated with the nerve agent. The nerve agent has more than 100 formulations, but Novichok is dispersed as an ultra-fine powder rather than a gas or vapor. It can easily be inhaled, ingested or absorbed through the skin, and is very hard to see. Public Health England has repeated highly precautionary advice for people who had visited 5 locations identified by police, but insisted there is no immediate health risk. Read more top stories from mirror.co.uk. Fee advised washing clothes worn with regular detergent at a normal temperature, wiping items such as phones and handbags with cleansing or baby wipes, and double bagging items that are dry clean only with further instructions to follow. The locations identified by police are Queen Elizabeth Gardens in Salisbury, a property at John Baker House, Rolleston Street, Salisbury, a property on Muggleton Road, Amesbury, Boots the Chemist, Stonehenge Walk, Amesbury, and the Baptist Church on Raleigh Crescent, Amesbury. The second nerve agent emergency in 4 months prompted a diplomatic row, with Home Secretary Sergei Javid accusing the Russian state of using Britain as a dumping ground for poison. The Russian embassy hit back, accusing the government of trying to muddy the waters and frighten its own citizens. Prime Minister Theresa May said her thoughts were with the people of the Wiltshire city once again 4 months after the brazen and reckless poisoning of Sergei and Yulia Skripal. Mrs May said, "The message from Salisbury is clear and is very much open for business. The government will continue to provide every support to the local community." The Defence Science and Technology Laboratory at Portondown confirmed on Wednesday that the victims had been exposed to Novichok. Novichok remains highly toxic for a considerable period of time, so even the tiniest trace remaining in a container picked up by the victims could account for their severe illness.